Alright guys, welcome back after that awful last episode where all we managed to do was dig this out, get some more resources, and die, losing a fair amount of my tools, all of my torches. It wasn't fun, and it was literally just because I was stupid. But we're back, we're gonna finish clearing this out, and then we're gonna get to going higher towards the surface. Eventually, we're going to hopefully make it to the top. I don't know if there is going to be a top. Again, they might have had some way to disable the build limit, but maybe it just stops going after a while. I don't know. What I'm really worried about is getting this finished, figuring out how we're going to get a mob farm up and running, trying to get a bed going, which would be stupid helpful. That's honestly my first goal, so I don't really have to worry about mobs. I don't know how we're gonna do enchanting at all, because like, finding mobs is a ridiculous impossibility. Maybe I'm going about this all wrong. Like, maybe I should have been like, instead of building my house to slow down, like kind of building my house upwards as the sky fell to kind of keep up, so that way eventually I could find animals and try to lead them to a place where I can breed them at. Because, man, we've only seen the one animal. And, well, we didn't even see it. We heard the cow. My best friend. We heard that cow dying in horrible agony. My only companion on this entire world. We never even got to see face to face. Also, is it just me, or is it always raining in this world? Like, does he have some kind of command block going that makes it to where it's just constantly raining? Because it never stops. Like, maybe that's the point, because, you know, the sky is falling, so it's going to be raining constantly. Haha, the water's falling too. I don't know. And we got 2 sticks exactly, so stone shovel. Cool, so we still have some coal left in our furnace from after melting the, smelting the iron. Not melting it, that would be a bit of a problem. Honestly, I think that is our biggest issue in this, is that, like, we always seem to run out of coal. And, like, I decided, you know, in the last episode, like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and turn all this coal into, go ahead and turn all the coal into torches, because I really need them. And, you know, like, hey, this will work out. Like, it'll be fine. Like, I'll get more later anyways. But then I didn't get more later. I died. Alright, let's get this. You know what, we're gonna waterlog it. So that way it doesn't destroy all of our torches. Oh no, I lost my bucket when I died. I had my bucket on me. Well, that's a problem. Alright, let's get this iron. Man, I haven't to waste iron on a bucket. Alright, whatever, it is what it is. Stone all of that. Pickaxe all of it. I mean, it's a stone pickaxe. You guys got where I was going with that, right? I'm not that incoherent with my awful ability to speak. I could never be like a public speaker or anything, and it's not because I get nervous. I really don't. Like, I don't have an issue with getting nervous and speaking in public. Like, yeah, I guess I get a little, but nothing serious. I don't choke up like a lot of people tend to do. That's not really a problem of mine. It's just that nobody would understand what I'm trying to say, because I'm an idiot. When I was in high school, I had this class, and like, this class might sound like a nightmare to some of you. And in a way it was. Like, a lot of the students, including myself, didn't care for it. But man, like, I think it is the most beneficial class I ever had. Even if the person teaching it wasn't really the right person to be teaching it. It was a computer class, which, you know, okay, well, why is that a bad thing? Well, it was only half a computer class. You would learn typing at the beginning, which is really nice for people like me, who at the time were horrible at typing. Our keyboards didn't have labeled keys, so you literally just had to figure it out as you went. So that was a little stressful, but it was I didn't mind it. I really enjoyed trying to, you know, learn to type faster. It's always something that I had wanted to do. And, you know, as someone who didn't really have a computer in my household for the most part, it was kind of my only opportunity. But then, after the first so many weeks of the class, once people, you know, really got, you know, we got all the typing stuff down, it started on speeches, and that's the part that I think most of you guys would hate. What you would have to do is you would research every week something in the news about technology. It doesn't matter what it was. It could be, you know, a new kind of car. It could be a new computer being released. It could be like a huge discovery in the technical world. It doesn't matter. As long as it was, you know, had something to do with technology, preferably around computers, but that wasn't a requirement. And you had to write a report on it. Now, that was on top of all of your regular work. You had to do the report as well, and it was every week you had to write one of those. So I was like, you know, that's kind of a pain. The paper only had to be 1 page, so it wasn't really that bad. What was bad is that you had to memorize it. So you had 1 week to type out the entire paper, and then memorize it. And then, at the, that included the weekend. You had the weekend to do it. So whenever you came back after the weekend, you would have to present your paper as a speech. You would have to recite the entire thing from memory to the entire class. The teacher would have your copy of your paper, and you were graded on your grammar and how well it was written. But the biggest part of your grading was, you know, were you able to do the speech correctly? How many times did you stop to say, or, which is something that I still do all the time. But I didn't necessarily think I got better at public speaking. I didn't really get better at speeches as a result of doing that every week, or even really memorization. I've never really been the best when it comes to that kind of stuff. I think the biggest thing that it really helped me out with was just being able to stand in front of a group of people and present something while they're all silent and staring at me. Like, yeah, everyone was kind of nervous at first, and some students really didn't improve. Some people just stayed that way. They just stayed nervous, and it happens. Like, some people just aren't made for that kind of thing. But other people like myself, like, I actually saw a lot of improvement in that class. Like, it really helped me out with, you know, public speaking. I mean, my speech is still awful, and, you know, I don't ever expect it to get a whole lot better. But I'll say, like, if you guys are in school right now, and you have those kinds of classes, and you absolutely hate it, like, trust me, like, very few things that you learn and do in school will actually have a use in your life. But learning how to do public speaking is definitely one thing that you'll end up using again. So now my question is, without water being at that level, will it still saturate? We're gonna find out, because what I'm gonna be doing is we're gonna be making our melon farm. So we need dirt. Oh, okay, we already have plenty of it on us. But yeah, that class definitely had its downsides. When I say the teacher really shouldn't have been the one teaching the class, I really do mean that. She wasn't really, the best with computers. Oh, I should have done this 1 block further out. You know what, it's fine. I have another idea, so it'll be okay. I can't say who. I probably can. I mean, it's been so many years. You know what, we're going through it. It was me. I used to have to, like, wait after school for long periods of time in order to get a ride home. So sometimes I could be stuck waiting at the school for 2 or 3 hours after school let out to you know, just to be able to get away home. So I would, you know, hang out with the band students, stuff like that, because they were usually practicing, and I had a lot of friends in band. I wasn't in it myself. I have no talent. Okay, yeah, so that kind of works. It's starting to saturate, it looks like. No, I really didn't have any kind of musical talent, but I would hang out with the band and stuff. But sometimes, you know, they wouldn't have practice, or they would let out, I would still be there. So I went to this teacher's classroom, because she didn't lock her door. And I'm not sure if you guys know a little trick you can do with older computers. If you want to rotate the display, you could just do Control-Alt, left, right, or down to flip it upside down. and then control it up will just flip it back normally. I thought it would be funny just to flip my teacher's monitor, so I just did Control Alt Right to flip it sideways. And I was like, yeah, you know, she'll think it's funny, whatever, you know, she does this for a living. She didn't know how to fix it. I actually had her class for first period every morning. And I got to class that morning, and there's a guy I have never seen before in the classroom at her computer. He was like, had this like huge grin on his face, because by the time I got there, he had already fixed it. He walked in, saw what it was, they controlled it up, and it was fixed. What happened is she didn't know how to fix it, and apparently nobody else that she asked knew how to fix it either. So she had to call somebody in. I don't know if he, like, what, somebody said that he, like, they had to hire him to come there or something. I don't know the truth of that. All I know is that this guy came and fixed it, and he was struggling not to laugh. She was pretty mad. Quite obviously, I never told her it was me. Because I didn't want to die. But it was pretty great. But no, that was actually not too far into that class. That was probably a few weeks in when that occurred. And honestly, like, I don't know, to this day, I still think it is one of the funniest things that we had a computer lab teacher. And we didn't have many computer labs. I think we had like 2 in the entire school. But she was one of the computer lab teachers. And she didn't know that you could flip your screen. Now with Windows 10 you can't do that anymore. There might be a way to turn it back on. I think certain versions of Windows 7 can do it. All I knew is that most of the computers in our school could. Because that was a joke, like some of my friends would do to each other. Like if one friend didn't know about it, you just flip their monitor while they're trying to work, and like, haha, now you're screwed. And so long as they didn't watch you do it, they wouldn't know what to do. It was so funny. But like, it kind of became like a common thing in the school. People would do stuff like that. And I mostly like the nerdy people, but I had just assumed that the person whose job it is to teach us things about, you know, computers and different programs we had to learn about, and all of these different resources, didn't know one of the most simple things that you could do with a computer and how to fix it. Alright guys, we have now baby-gated this, so I shouldn't have an issue of jumping off the edge again like an idiot. Of course, that isn't baby-gated yet. I'm gonna wait till we get some more melons growing there. Because I kind of don't have any more, and our farm over here isn't complete yet. We also need to get some more torches placed there. How much coal do I have? I have 6 there. Okay. Let's just make all those into sticks. And we're turning all of those into torches. We're also going to store the ore I had on me. Alright. Now, last time I turned all of my stuff into torches, I died. So let's hope that doesn't happen again. We need to make sure this is nice and bright. That way they can still grow at nighttime and not just have to rely on growing during the day. And that should work. What brightness level are we at? Yeah, we're at 10 on the crops themselves. Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay, we're at 10, 11, and 12. Even as high as 13. Oh, we dipped down to 9 here. Why? Why are we dipping down to 9 right here? Oh, now we're not. Yeah, right there, we're dipping down to 9. Why? There's literally a torch right there. Okay, it is what it is. Now, I'm expecting part of my path to be kind of different. Oh, yeah, that's where I kind of dug out that roof there. But all in all, it's kind of a long path up. We've been kind of like spiraling around, which probably wasn't... Oh, come on. This spiraling thing probably wasn't the best option, but I don't know. I kind of figured it would kind of help out to try and find some more resources. Oh, that's a skelly. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Get down. We need to heal up. Oh, didn't mean to plant that. Okay. Ah, you have fallen for my trap. You walked in the sweetberry bush. I am totally going to die. I should have healed up. Hey, okay. We didn't die. Well, that's good. I'm not used to that. Let's sit here and wait until I heal up more before I continue making our way up. Yeah, that's one thing I would like to try to do more often in these videos, is kind of like just tell stories like that. Because everybody out there, everybody has a, you know, a lot of good stories to tell. And the issue with it is that I'm not usually good at... Okay. I'm not... Is that a sapling? Are saplings going to spawn? Is that a thing? It is grass. Oh, I'm so mad. Oh, I was so hopeful. I was like, we're getting saplings. Nope, it definitely was not that. But no, I like telling those kind of stories and stuff, but like, I have to have something that reminds me of them, because like, well, it might be interesting to you guys to hear those stories. They're just like something that happened in my life. It's not something I think about all the time, and I think about telling people all the time. I don't know, I guess if I just keep talking to myself with the camera on, eventually I'll say something entertaining that will spark a memory. I was like, can I just say, that has been like the hardest adjustment. When I first started out doing Twitch, like, getting used to talking to myself was kind of a problem. And you guys are like, well, why are you talking to yourself? You have viewers. Not all the time. Welcome to Twitch. You don't always have viewers. It really just depends on the stream. Especially when you're like me and you get sick for 2 weeks and you were already taking a week off of stream, so it leads to 3 weeks off from stream. Like, a lot of your viewers kinda don't stick around. Like, yeah, the really dedicated ones do. But they'll only come back once more interesting things start to happen, or, you know, once they remember, oh crap, he's alive. And when you first start out, your only viewers are really you and maybe a friend. And that's if your friend is interested in watching you play something like, I don't know, Overwatch, because you're dumb and you're like, hey, I'm gonna stream Overwatch and I'm gonna get big, because I'm gonna stream in this game that has, you know, hundreds of thousands of people streaming in this category, and I'm just one of many with nothing special going on. Anyways, like, you kind of like, you have to kind of get used to talking to yourself, because if you don't, then anybody that comes by your stream is gonna come by, see you sitting there in silence, you know, getting your 360 no scopes and not saying anything, and they're not gonna care. They're gonna leave. They want someone who's interactive, who's talking. And like, you know, it might sound like, man, you know, that's hard to do when there's nobody here. You can't blame the viewer. You can't blame the person that comes by, sees that you're not talking, and leaves. Because there are all these other streamers out there, and they want someone who's interactive. They might not think about the fact that, you know, you're struggling and you could really appreciate somebody to hang out with or whatever. Like, all they know is you're sitting there playing a game in silence. They're not going to care. You have to get used to talking to yourself. And I kind of picked that up early on, but I still really struggled with it. There was a lot of times where, because like, when I first started out, I was almost entirely streaming with the mystery team. I didn't do my first stream without them until probably a couple months into my stream career. And it was partially because, like, I just hadn't developed that skill of talking to myself. And there were even times where I just wouldn't stream like I would want to, but nobody from the mystery team was able to get on. And I would just be like, oh well, I guess I'm not streaming today. And I kind of broke myself of that as time went on. I was like, you know, I want to try doing stuff by myself. I think it was Binding of Isaac is what broke me of it. I had always been a big Binding of Isaac fan, and I hadn't really considered streaming it until I met Comatose, who is actually now partnered and is doing freaking fantastic on Twitch, by the way. But when I first met Comatose, like, seeing him play Binding of Isaac, who, believe me, he's much better than I am, I was like, you know, this might be fun to stream. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do my first ever solo stream and see how it goes. It did not go well. I actually think I picked up some of my regulars that are still here today from that stream. All in all, like, I really struggled with talking to myself. for the, you know, first time. But it kind of went well, I'd say more towards the end. And I got a lot better at it a lot quicker than I expected. I would still struggle here and there if I hadn't done it in a while and I was streaming with the mystery team a lot. And then I would go back to streaming by myself. It was just weird. Like, think about it, guys. Like, I'm in a room by myself with either nobody in the house at all, or Anna out there in the living room or in the bedroom, or even in the room with me at her desk, which is literally right there. Like, and they're just hearing me talk to myself like a madman. And, you know, I have neighbors, I'm in an apartment, so I have neighbors literally on both sides and beneath. So, I don't know, it was really just awkward to me. Now I don't have a problem with it. It's something that you have to develop, and I'm really, really thankful to Twitch for getting me to that point. Because I couldn't be doing YouTube now. Like, Twitch, you know, as you get bigger, as you eventually get to the point where, you know, even if you're not, you know, some huge streamer, because I am by no means that. I still have to deal with parts where, you know, I don't have viewers, or I do. Usually I have people on stream, you know, my numbers can be low sometimes, but usually there are still people there. But they might not be talking, you know, they could be lurking and just watching. And, you know, they're doing other things with their life. And, you know, as time goes on, you just kind of build up that ability just to talk to yourself. And if I hadn't done that, if I had just started out on YouTube, and I didn't work on Twitch first, and I didn't... Again, it's one of those things where not everybody doesn't have the same experience. It really did help me get to where I'm able to do these kind of videos. If I tried to do YouTube first, I wouldn't be doing it now. I would have stopped a long time ago. Because I'd be like, you know, I might not even get a single video up. It's like, you know, this is too awkward, I can't talk to myself, like, it's just weird. And like, to any of you who haven't streamed before, or, you know, just don't really know what I'm talking about, like, just sit down, turn on your webcam if you got one, turn on your microphone, play a game, and just try to be entertaining, just try to talk to yourself and see if you can do it. Like, for some people, it could definitely be a struggle. And I feel bad for certain people that blow up on Twitch really quick. Because, yeah, it is awesome. You blow up really quick, you know, you're not having to do that long grind. You got lucky, right? It doesn't happen often at all. And I don't mean blowing up to, like, ninja status. I just mean blowing up to the point where you have concurrent viewers, like, that come to your stream every day. You know, you're getting pretty good numbers for a new streamer. And you have a very interactive chat. I feel kind of bad for people that get like that. It has most definitely its upsides. But then they don't learn that skill of being able to talk to yourself. They don't learn that skill of, you know, being entertaining without being interactive. That's what Twitch is. You're being interactive, for the most part. That's like my favorite thing about Twitch, is that I get to interact with my community. Which was, you know, started in Twitch. I know a lot of people that watch me on Twitch. I have people, actually Phantom, if you're seeing this right now, people like Phantom who will come to just about every single stream that I do. Very rarely do they miss a stream. But they don't come to the YouTube because they don't do YouTube. It's like my community is very much centered around Twitch. And I love that, because I get to be interactive with those people. But then when you try to go from Twitch to YouTube, if you didn't have that experience, if you didn't have to, you know, progressively get better at talking to yourself, like, you are gonna have a real tough time if you decided that you wanted to go over to YouTube. I mean, I guess if you're like informative videos and stuff, that's different. Like, if you're good at being informative, you know, you have a big knowledge base on something, and that's great. But, like, it can be a struggle even to do the informative things. Like, you have to kind of be an expert on stuff. Or not necessarily an expert, but at least, you know, good enough that, you know, you're giving people information that they couldn't have gotten otherwise. Or at least, you know, you're giving them information that they might not be able to get otherwise, but from a source that they find more entertaining or is better at informing them. There is a certain YouTuber, and again, I don't like starting things with people, so no names are being mentioned. Some of my viewers might know who I'm talking about, because I kind of went on a rant about this a while back. There's a certain YouTuber who does these like tutorial-like videos for a certain kind of game, but I cannot stand them. Yes, he is arguably the most informative person on this subject. Maybe not all the time, but he tends to be the first one to get out there and present the information. He tends to be the first one to give you these tutorials or to give you this information on like new experimental things. The issue with it is that he's not entertaining whatsoever. To me, again, it's my opinion, he's really popular, so it's just to me. And so when I go to his channel to, you know, learn some new information, and he's just sitting there talking about nonsense for forever, kind of like I am right now, I don't understand why I would go to him for that info if literally anybody else had it. Which, eventually, they get it, but you know what I mean. He gets there first most of the time. And a lot of people will link off to his stuff because of what he can do. And no, I am not referring to the Minecraft community. To anybody wondering if I'm trying to call out your favorite Minecraft YouTuber, it is not in the Minecraft community. Although he might do stuff in that community too. So I could be partially incorrect on that. But like, yeah, I get it. Like, if you like his personality, you find him entertaining, then cool. But when your videos are titled, you know, how to do this, or this new thing just dropped, like, or, you know, we just now discovered that this is possible in this game, and here's how to do it. And then the video is 40 minutes long, and the first 20 minutes are him rambling about things that have literally not a single thing to do with the subject matter of the video. And then literally like the last like 10 minutes of the video are about it. It kind of sucks when I'm just trying to get the information because I'm trying to work on something similar. I don't know. I'm just kind of complaining at this point. Because like, if you're coming to a video like mine, like we're doing this falling world, you're not coming here for information. Maybe you are. Maybe you want to learn what it's all about before you get into it yourself. If that's the case, then I doubt you've watched all the way through to this episode. If that's all you wanted to know. Like, if you were actually wanting to get into it yourself and you just wanted to know, you know, what it's like, what am I getting into, is it actually worth it, you would have already, you know, gotten what you needed out of the videos, probably by the first, you know, 10 minutes of the first one. Why is this waterlogged? Okay. I don't know why that's waterlogged, but I guess I get to go get my bucket. But like, these kind of videos are meant, you know, purely for entertainment. Like, rather it's because you like my personality, or it's because you like the game itself, you know, you like this map, then, you know, it's purely for entertainment, and that's why people would come to watch this. If I'm doing informative stuff, I'm not gonna sit there and ramble about absolutely nothing that has to do with it for 20 minutes. Like, yeah, right now I'm rambling about stuff that has nothing to do with the world that I'm in, but what else am I going to talk about? I broke dirt. Hey, look, more dirt. Hey, there's some cobble. Like, Alright, we got 6 more iron ore. We have some gold ore going. Let's try and stack as much as we can into this. We're going to try and expand our farm a little bit, but we pretty much made it up there to the surface. We made it really high up this time around. Again, no diamond or anything yet. But it's progress. That's what matters. We're getting there. Alright, so I think the plan for next time, I need to get a bed. These crops would grow so much quicker if I had a way to skip the night. So we're going to be working on getting a mob farm going. We can go ahead and destroy these now. Oh, I forgot to get melon seeds for that. Well, that would have been nice if I just got melon seeds from that. I need to get my water and stuff all together. And I guess we'll try and build a mob farm, like, back in that area, maybe, like, directly in front of us. I don't know. Either way, guys, if you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like and a sub down below, and hopefully I will see you all next time. Bye.